You really entertained us last time you were on the programme. You talked about Fed Chair Kevin Warsh not falling the bond. I want to pick out on the Fed piece of this, the influence they have over what we're seeing on the screen right now. How much of this is, or isn't, a Fed story?
We think it's mostly a Fed story.
Do you really? Just explain that.
So when we have asked ourselves what is going on at the long end, we first start with the observation that the long end move has really been driven by the U.S. U.S. long end rates, we were just using since towards the end of June, have increased the most in the U.S. versus the rest of the world. We then ask ourselves, is it a real story or is it inflation break-evens? And it's almost all real. So then what is it that is driving real rates higher? Is it better growth expectations? Probably not, because growth has softened a little bit, and you actually see Bloomberg consensus forecasts come down in 27 and 28. Is it a issuance story? There's a lot of supply, both on the government side and on the IG side. Perhaps, but that issuance story, really over the last 6 weeks, we don't think it's changed that much. We've known that there would be a lot of Treasury and IG supply for a while, and IG OAS is only about 5 or 6 basis points wider over that period. So it doesn't really seem like a supply shock story. So then what is it? We just chalk it up to elevated interest rate uncertainty. And that is consistent if you look at the shape of the implied vol surface from swaption prices. You do see a notable steepening of the implied vol surface. So if you look at 1 year versus 10 year, let's say, you see 10 year rising much more than 1 year. It's actually coming down because 1 year, here's a dovish Fed. And to us, it's that steepening of the implied vol surface, it's greater uncertainty that is driving the move. And then if you look at when this steepening really got going, it was the July FOMC. It was that press conference from Fed Chair Warsh. And it was a market that has still not heard a credible plan. How will inflation get back to target? Will it just naturally fall and the Fed needs to do nothing? Or if it doesn't, what's the Fed going to do about it? That is still what the market, I think, is searching for.